If you're on the DeWalt system and you own this nifty little 1/4 inch router, you may be a little bit irritated by the fact you cannot directly connect to the airlock system. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the adapter options available to connect to both DeWalt and non-DeWalt tools. So, today's video, I wanted to talk about what comes in this DeWalt dust extraction adapter set. We can run through each of the adapters, and hopefully if you're on the DeWalt system, you're going to find this video very useful. If you don't know what the airlock system is, basically it's DeWalt's dust extraction connection system, and I use it all the time. If you have a DeWalt Hoover, such as this M-Class 54 volt cordless vac, at the end of the hose, you're going to find the airlock connector. Now this connector will connect to any tool in the DeWalt range as long as it's got this airlock connection point. So this has got a groove around the connection point here. So you take the hose, it slides over like so, you twist the collar, this then locks it in place. It has 3 ball bearings in this collar which tighten and push into the groove. This means this will still rotate when you're working, so you're free to move as you're cutting, but it won't cause the hose to get twisted and kinked. Now to take it off, it's really simple. You just twist the collar again like so, it then slides off. So it's a really good system for collecting the dust, providing the tool has this connection point fitted on it as standard, but not all DeWalt tools do. Now I love this tool, it is absolutely brilliant. It's got so many cool features. If you buy the kit, you get the plunge base, and it also comes with a fixed base. If you undo the latch on the back here, it allows you to swap this router motor between the 2 different units, which is really cool. It's also brushless, and it uses the 18 volt DeWalt battery, so you've got no cord holding you back. Really good. Now it's got a lot of good features, that's why it's my favourite tool. However, when it comes to dust extraction, it's not such a good story. So it has got a plastic insert, and it's got one fixing point, so it's easy to take in and out. You've got the dust extraction point here, however there's no airlock connection. Now DeWalt uses an airlock system for the dust extraction, so I don't know why you wouldn't include it on here. This is just like a standard hose, but even so they could include an airlock connector. Now I've never used dust extraction with these routers. Usually I do my work outside, it's generally timber, so I wear a face mask and I usually sweep up after myself. However, a lot more of my work is now MDF. Now you don't want to be breathing that in. If you didn't know, it's carcinogenic. And obviously that's not good. So I wanted to do my best to start trying to capture more dust, so that's why I've been looking into adapters. I started looking online and found there were several options. In the end, I decided to take one for the team and I bought the whole adapter kit. That way I can share my thoughts with you on each adapter. You can then decide whether to buy the whole kit like me or just an individual adapter to suit your needs. So the model number of this bag is DWV9220. So you can look that up online. You'll find it goes for around £60. So the first piece I'm going to talk about is one of these. So this is basically an airlock connector that will go on the Hoover end. I've already got this Hoover, this already comes with one. Using it day in, day out, plugging it in and then taking it off again, it's eventually going to wear out. So in theory, you could buy a Hoover from another brand. If it's got this type of hose, then you're going to be able to connect the airlock connector onto it and then use DeWalt tools. So next in the set, it's 3 identical pieces. So if you're interested in these adapters, the model number is DWV9130. You'll find them going for about £16 each. So this has got a 35mm outside diameter, so that will fit onto here quite easily. So as you can see, this then connects, lock it in place. So this router is now connected to the airlock system on my Hoover. You've got the control for the Hoover here on the hose, so it's Bluetooth, you can turn it on and off, and that allows you to do all your routing while collecting the dust. Next adapter is DWV9150, and same connection, it's 35mm outside diameter, but it's actually got a bit of a bend in it, a bit of a kink. This will fit easily into the router. Again, you can buy this one separately. I think this one's about £18. The final one we've got, it's got the same airlock system this end, but this end is actually rubberized, so it can go from 35mm to 38mm outside diameter. Potentially you can trim it back as well to fit a particular tool, but it's quite good having the rubber one. I think that's quite useful. With the rubber, it actually feels like a much tighter fit. That isn't going to come out. There's not going to be any problems with that one. Now, one thing I did notice, and I'm not sure why it does this, but you can actually, this plastic part with the airlock connector on it, you can actually unscrew it. I don't really know why that has a thread in it. I'm not sure why you can connect it, but obviously, if anyone in the comments, please let me know what the purpose is of that, because I'm not quite sure, to be honest. Once I put it in, I don't think I will be unscrewing it, and I can't even screw it back up again now. So. I think the biggest benefit of using these adapters is the ability to connect non-DeWalt tools to the DeWalt Hoover using the airlock system. Attaching the dogleg adapter to my Festool track saw gave me a second option to the usual dust bag. These adapters also allow me to hook up my 1/2" trend router to the same vac. It's not actually fixed down, but what you'd have is you could then connect the Hoover like so with the airlock system. Final piece that comes in the set is this cable holder. So it just means you can clip the cable to the dust extraction hose, and you're not going to have to worry about the cable anymore. I was really keen to try out these adapters, so I started with the router fixed base. I finally got the dust extraction port tightened on here. It is such a faff though, it's such a pain. And I really want to get on because it is freezing out here. So. Achieving great dust extraction with routers is never easy, and I admit it still kicked out a lot more dust than I was expecting. Yeah, the blade is basically below the surface, so it's not going to suck anything, it's not powerful enough to suck everything up here. Routing out a groove with a plunge base was definitely a lot more successful. But I'm determined to improve the fixed base dust extraction, possibly with an aftermarket add-on. And if I find one, I'll be sure to let you know. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, you can buy these pieces individually. If you're going to do that, I'd probably recommend you buying the one with the rubber end. It's got a bit more flexibility, you can trim it to size, and I think it's more likely to fit a wider range of tools. Hopefully you found this video useful. I've got loads of great content from loads of different brands coming up. If you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Well, that wasn't great, was it?